This episode of Speakers of Eidolon is made possible by our generous patrons. Special thanks to our Supreme and Master Speakers, Omeji Cat Comet, Erisu Yamakawa, Alex Franco AV, Winebow Brood, Aurora Templeton, Psyche, Azuta Starbreeze, Cletus Oreo, Nina Grimstarter, Lily Black, Bob CC, Mictor Rabentau, Anathus Moonscar, Pamela Isley, Alenriel Maximus, Coderith Novelist, Mira Miri, Celestau Notrell, Lazy Boy, Luke Osborne, Pandaloo Stormarrow, Tex, Kai Lin, Arthur Law, Beridan Gerard, Cypup, Spencer Christmas, Noy Fafnir, Celine DeLune, Edwin, Webster Wolf, Severa, Circa Barrakiel, Kazran, Ventos Tia, Ryark Forbear, Leighton the House, Tony, Arcadia Lunashine, Umbral Wind, Framboise Sakuro, Bergie, Fudge, Sethiel, Cathay, Nat Clay, and Gregorium Cartus. Support the show and become a patron today at patreon.com/SpeakersXIV. Thank you.
This is Speakers of Eidolon.
Good evening, Eorzeans. Welcome to Speakers of Eidolon episode 401. I'm Lakil Bravestone, and I'm joined today by Georgi Whiston, Mela Vanadar, and Rollo Des.
Hello.
Hello.
Ni hao.
Welcome. Yeah.
We're on a Saturday. Feels weird, or a Sunday. Feels weird.
Yes.
Yeah, I don't
Everything
like
feels
it.
off, and I'm sure.
I want to be doing Sunday Fun Day, but it's not Sunday Fun
not.
Day.
It's like you're at church today, and we're a 4-man pastor group.
Yeah.
Yes. It is May 12th, 2024, and if you have been trying to play 14 this week, you haven't probably been able to do a lot of things, all the stuff you wanted to do this week. We'll talk about that today. The DDoS attacks are still ongoing as of this episode going live, so be prepared for a lot of talk about that. Also, Make It Rain is coming up. We'll talk about that as well, and of course, we'll be reading your MogMail, speakersxiv.com/MogMail. Forgot the address for a second. All right, stay tuned for the post show. We'll be answering questions from the syndicate. There is a dire need for like a second half show. We are gonna do the Titanic fan fiction, okay? But it is I keep forgetting about it, so we haven't planned it yet.
Shaquille's fault. Wow.
It is my fault. I apologize. Okay. And then that's it. Just also want to mention that we just covered Eurovision last night. It was a train wreck. But if you didn't watch it, you can still watch it if you're a Supreme or Master Speaker. You can. The VODs are in a channel called ESC 2024 Archive currently, and also you can watch the other coverages that we've done from 2023 and 2022. I think even 2021 might be in there, and also the Norwegian selection shows for 2022 and 2023 and 2024 should be in there as well. So that's for Master and Supreme. So if you missed it last night, don't worry. It'll be up probably tomorrow for the grand final, but semifinal 1, semifinal 2, and Eurovision Countdown is all available. So go there and chill. But yeah, Eurovision is over. Eurovision season's over. Post-Eurovision depression has started, but that's fine. It was a good result in the end. Okay, let's move on. It's time for recent events. Right, well, Make It Rain. It's back.
What's wrong, Mela?
You don't like the art? You don't like the imp?
It's vibrant.
Yeah.
I've seen people compare the person in the imp to the person pulling a pose as like a Ricardo pose, and I don't quite see it.
Maybe very
I can kind
slightly.
of see it, but
That's a stretch.
It's a stretch.
But sure.
It's also a very old reference to pull out now. Ricardo's like 20,
I know.
what, 19? if not older. Make it rain. March on Imps starting on May 15th. That's Wednesday. At 1 a.m. PDT. So for, I guess, the rest... Oh, this is NA. NA will not help me visualize when this is, but I'm assuming it's May 14th. No, it'll be...
No, it would be May 15th.
I didn't mean to change the date. I mean at 3 p.m. Or should I say 2:50? 2:50. What was it? 2:59.
It's Wednesday, the 15th of May at 8 GMT.
Yes.
Well, you did your best.
I tried. Okay, sorry. It starts at 8 a.m. GMT or 9 a.m. BST or 10 a.m. Central European time. It's when they usually do this. It's maintenance time or reset time, I should say. No, wait, reset time's at 3 or 4 or 5.
I think it might be the weekly reset time.
Oh, it's the weekly reset time.
For your
There's so many reset times.
There's a lot.
Okay. Whenever it starts, it'll be there on May 15th. At some point during the day, whoosh, make it rain. Of impish importance is the name of the quest. Quivane is convinced that the truth is out there. You can pick it up in Ulda, Steps of Nald. The
Feels like a
awards.
missed opportunity, doesn't it?
What?
For convinced the truth is out there. It's clearly like a ghost hunter type thing. We've had a character in Hildebrand who is literally all about this.
No one's
But
met
obviously,
them.
no one's met them, so they can't. That's a shame.
Yeah.
I think.
The rewards for this event is an imp suit and an imp head, which we've already seen. We've already been teased that this is coming to the game multiple times. Also, a Cactuar dining table that looks very uncomfortable to sit.
You can't even sit close to it.
Yeah.
Don't sit too close, you
Imagine
hungry monsters.
Imagine moving just absentmindedly, pulling your chair closer, and then you get one of those things into your knee.
You got to put your legs on either side of the spike.
Oh.
What if you try and
Your
lean on
legs?
it? You get your ass spiked.
Well, what do you mean your legs are involved when sitting, Georgi?
It's a dining.
No, I
table.
It's
know.
a dining table.
Yeah, I mean,
what else is going to bump into them?
No, I didn't see the spike. I only saw the spikes around the top part.
Oh, that's
No,
that's
they
spiked
go
all the
down
way
as well.
down.
Yeah.
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 Yeah. That's why I was confused because I was like, I don't see how the legs get caught by this. Now I do.
Also, an outdoor furnishing, which is kind of cute. It's a
rare.
clock.
It's a nice one, yeah.
With two sabotenders on each
Love
side.
a chronometer because they actually tell the time.
I really do like all the chronometers in this game.
Yeah,
I don't know if there's an ugly one. There probably is.
I'm sure.
Probably, but they're all pretty cool. I
Um,
don't like the individual toes on the imp outfit.
no, that's kind of disturbing. Yeah.
I mean, the actual
spread
imps have
out.
individual toes as well, I think.
Also, the hands and feet are yellow.
They're like hazmat gloves, kind
Yeah.
of like a hazmat suit.
Yeah.
I saw multiple people post saying that the most annoying person you're static and DF is going to be wearing this.
Oh yeah.
Hmm.
Oh
Yeah,
I already know who's going to be wearing this.
yeah.
yeah.
Maybe.
I'm not gonna say anything, but might be looking at them. MGP rewards from the Gold Saucer, of course, will be increased by 50% for the duration of this event. Certain items available during previous iterations of the event can be obtained via the campaign attendant. The Crystal Tower Striker, Monster Toss Machine, Kuffakur Machine, and a number of other prizes may be purchased at a reduced MGP cost from the campaign attendant.
Wow.
So
Those
there you
certain other items include those minions that they never fucking tell you are there during the event.
go. Right.
Double check, guys.
Yeah.
It's your fault for not checking the shops constantly.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah. It's on you. It's on you.
You should be checking daily.
You should. So hopefully by the time this is out, you'll actually be able to stay on to do that. Also, that's not all. But wait, there's more. The Moogle Treasure Trove, the second
yes.
hunt for Genesis, is here.
We didn't find him first time, guys, but don't worry. Loveless will continue when we find Genesis.
Shut up.
Yeah. The Moogle Tombstone event starts May 14th. Starts at the same time, the day before, but at the same hour as Make It Rain. So 8 a.m. GMT. Which shout out to Iceland, I guess, who are still using GMT.
Yeah, they will be enjoying this.
They will be enjoying this at 8 a.m., while the UK will be enjoying it at 9, and Central Europe will enjoy it at 10 a.m. on the 14th.
I'll enjoy it at 6 p.m., an ideal time for things to start.
Yeah,
That's true.
Yeah. North America can enjoy it from 1 a.m. PDT.
That's a good time.
I'm just imagining what it's
Oh,
like
boy.
a SpongeBob meme with it's just that's what I'm imagining.
Yeah.
We're eagerly awaiting over here, Georg. You don't know us. We love being in lines.
It gives us great pleasure to announce the return of the Moogle Treasure Trove starting Tuesday the 14th of May 2024. Collect irregular tombstones of Genesis 2 by completing specific duties and exchange them with itinerant Moogles for a host of treasures, including accessories and mounts. Seek out those tombstones and reap the rewards. This time, the Emerald Carbuncle earring makes its debut as a redeemable item, so don't miss this glistening gem of an opportunity to expand your accessory collection. Yep, so there's a new item.
Hey, finally.
We are getting carbuncle earrings. Also,
He's so tiny. Look, he's
it is
adorable.
yeah.
He's got all these hard edges too. 'Cause
Yeah.
they don't have that many. Holy crap.
No,
I love them.
It's
Beautiful sun.
Yeah.
and then you see the goldfish dome with Kun, whatever
Yeah.
it was. Right, looking amazing, looking
Wow.
beautiful,
Yeah.
and then this earring looking like a PlayStation 1 model.
He's so mother, that
Well,
goldfish. Love her.
You're never going to. That's also true. You will never look at this closely, Mela, the earring.
No, I know.
But it
I don't
is.
mind.
I mean,
Also, you see the earrings in this game. They're fucking tiny.
yeah,
Yeah.
You'll never see them unless you're zoomed.
yeah,
I can't
Far
see any on
beyond
my
the game
character
limits.
anyway.
yeah,
For whatever reason, they didn't put them at the end of our horns.
yeah. You're. I mean, I don't know how else they would have solved earrings for the Aura. I mean, you're. I wish because they're like here, right? Well, the tip
They're
of the horn
right
is
where
here.
an
I
ear
would
will
have
be.
liked it more at the tip of the
Exactly,
horn,
yeah.
But yeah,
Yeah.
Like Makote have at the tip of their ears.
yeah.
But I feel like it would like get in the way of your vision. Like that would drive me crazy if I was an Aura. Just like seeing like dangling keys in front of me all the time.
Yeah. Well,
It depends on.
depends on.
I guess they picked it towards the to the start of the horn because there's too much variation in our horns.
Yeah, I guess so. Okay, so as last time, there are standard objectives, weekly objectives, mini-mog challenges, and ulti-mog challenges. We've already been through what all these things are, so I don't think we're going to talk about that.
They say ultimog challenges as if there's more than one. There's only one.
Yeah,
If it's going with the same system as last time.
yeah. It does say these objectives can only be completed once per event period. A sizable tombstone reward awaits those who complete these special tasks. Maybe they're...
I mean,
Test your metal and take
they could add a
on-
new one each week.
No,
But
it
they
says... Oh yeah, that's true. It says can be completed once per event.
Yeah,
So-
but each one can only be completed once. They could
Maybe.
do
Yeah.
many. They just don't.
I hope it's not ocean fishing again. Not because I don't like ocean fishing, but I just like it to be something different.
Yeah.
I agree.
Yeah. Okay. So, like I said, Emerald Carbuncle earrings. Earring. That is the big new item. 100 tombstones required for that. The Ufiti horn, which that's
Harambe.
that's the gorilla. Gabriel Alpha identification key. That's the Bosnia one. And then we have Domican, which is the
I like
fish.
him. I don't know if I have him or not.
I don't know if I have
don't
it
know. That's
Okay,
50. So 50 for the rest that I've been reading so far. Blinding Indigo Orchestrion Roll. Again, 50.
Why?
I don't know.
That's the song that plays in Eden Leviathan. But like, why only this one?
I see. Okay. 30 for Alamigan Barding. And on Windy Meadows, which is one of my favorite tracks from
So random.
1.0.
They seem to just be rotating between the 1.0 tracks for one of the 30 tome orchestrions.
Yeah, that's the 1.0 Lenosha theme. Cheekful Checkered Parasol for 30. And then...
Did you say cheekful?
Cheerful Checkered... Did I say cheekful?
I don't know. That's what I heard, though. Okay.
Maybe I... Cheerful...
But then I was like, I don't know anymore.
It's very cheeky.
Cheerful Checkered Parasol.
The cheeky girl's parasol.
Oh, to get a cheekful. Potentially special time-worn map times 2.
This is exciting because these are the actual level 90 maps now. They're starting to give those out for the guaranteed portal
Potentially
drop one.
special.
Yes. 30 for those. And then the Direwolf, Golfaxi, Roundlanner, and Auspicious whistles. Auspicious cameo. Sorry, that it needs to specify.
Auspicious? What did you say? Auspicious whispers?
Whistle.
No, he said nothing. He just said auspicious whistle.
Yeah.
He didn't say anything.
'Cause-
I thought you were just avoiding saying Kamui.
No, Kamui. I was doing
Is it
the...
fife, not a whistle?
It is 5.
Oh, 5D's nuts.
They don't have whistles in the Far East. Thank you very much. They only have fifes.
Right.
Guys, I beg you. It's not worth 30 tomes for the Titan Extreme mount. Just, you can get a group and do it in 5 seconds.
Is that the
you,
goal
you
factor?
got
No,
this,
in
guys.
fact,
Don't
you
let
could
me
do
let
it
go.
solo
Yeah,
you
and
can
do
do
it
it
in
Yeah.
20,
You got this,
30
guys.
seconds.
that's true.
Do
Spend your
not-
tomes how you like.
Do
Don't
not
let
spend your
Mela
tomes
be a
on
hater.
Golfax.
MGP Platinum cards 30. Which they're not affected by the bonus, right? From Make It Rain.
I don't think so, no.
No, cards aren't.
No. Philosopher's Stone table, so 20 at this
Nice.
point.
Never heard of this item in my life.
Me neither, but it looks
No.
nice.
And then Crystarium Wardrobe and Low Bookshelf can be yours for 20 tomestones.
Well,
Then at 15, we have Late Elegant Armor of Scouting, Aiming, Healing, and Casting. And for 10, you can get a Paisa or a Dalmel card. For 7, you can get an Innocence or 9S card for Triple
I
Trial.
wish someone on the development... I wish I could ask someone on the development team, how do you decide which 4 Triple Triad cards will be up for purchase this Moogle Tombstone ON?
Yeah.
It's just
And
they
just-
got one guy. He like divines it every time.
Just think about the absurdity of this. It's like saying £10 for this Bulbasaur card, or £7 for this shiny Charizard. Why is the rare 5-star card cheaper? It's about
It's a good
like
question.
rarity and stuff, and
Yeah.
how to
Does
achieve it
Python-
and whatever. But come on,
Paisa and Dalmel come from just
The
like
packs,
challenging NPCs. No,
Oh,
they're
right,
NPC cards. Innocence
So
and
that's probably
9S
why
are
they-
only
yeah.
duty drops.
so acquisition method affects it, but it's so stupid. Like looking at it,
Yeah.
it just makes no.
Yeah. Then we have for 7 tomes, Petite Pteranodon. You know, the thing that flies.
Pteranodon.
Yeah. And then Behemoth Air for 7. And then Keepers of the Lock, Orchestrion Roll, again for 7 tomes. And then
Do you know what that's from, Nikhil?
Keepers of the Lock? I don't know.
Okay.
I mean,
fine.
I mean, unless you look it up, it's impossible to know what the
Oh,
tracks
that's
are called.
the Ananta Beast Tribe theme.
You're right, Rolo.
There you go. They should have like a just now playing when
I
track
agree.
plays.
They should, yeah, they should.
Oh, that'd be such a good UI element. Like you can just enable it or save it as like this is the song here. Right?
Yeah.
It's that's a popular mod that people have.
Oh, really? That's an actual thing that people make?
Yeah, I
Of
think
course.
so.
That
I
makes
wasn't aware.
sense.
Well, the thing is, I don't know if it would work for songs that don't have names, official... Like, how does it know the names of
Well, then
songs that aren't
Wouldn't say it, I
public
guess.
yet?
I wouldn't say it. I would assume.
I'm sure it just pulls from a list.
Yeah.
Of stuff they already have. So
Yeah. And then, of course, the best item that you can get from this event is Magic Prism Job Mastery, and you get 10 for 1.
I have
That's good value.
so many.
Yeah.
100%
I have so
value.
many of these stupid prisms because you always end up with an unusable amount of tomes at the end of an event.
Yeah.
You always keep one.
you don't just keep the tomes, Georgi. They're
gotta
I'm
keep
not
one.
mailer. I'm not mailer.
I've got one of every tome at least.
Yeah, I do too. I just like having them. It's fun.
Okay, so there you go. Second Tombstone event. I mean, at least
Better
there's
than the first, at least.
We were hoping and expecting there to be at least one custom new item for the event, the second part, and I guess we were right.
Mhm.
There it is. The Emerald Carbuncle
So-
earring.
What were the dates for this one? This is until
Oh yeah, didn't mention that.
June 24th.
June 24th. Yeah.
It's a long
It's
time.
So 10 days.
The week.
Oh, sorry, no, it's a
before
month.
Early access.
A month.
That's
Month and 10 days.
it doesn't really feel like an event leading up to an expansion. You know what I mean? Like with what they have on offer here. Does that make sense?
Nothing that we've had since the last full patch has felt like a lead up to an expansion run. It feels like it's like they're just chucking whatever they can. Just please play with these toys. We're not ready yet.
Please do yokai, please.
Please.
Do yokai, but we won't add anything to it. So you
Yeah.
just a
We
frame.
don't want you to play our game. Don't play our game until the expansion.
I'm not really complaining in honesty. It's just like I feel like in any other game it'd be like a big thing, you know? Like
It'd be a pre-launch like special event where you could get, like a unique title or a pet or something.
I mean,
That sort of thing.
there are a lot of events going on. I mean, but it's just that the rewards aren't that great. I think. I mean, Tombstone event. Yeah, Moogle Tombstone.
Yeah.
At least that's one new thing.
Yeah.
Woo. You can get
Um,
late Allegan gear for some reason. It's very cheap.
Guys, just do PvP.
Well, you can. Well, right now I don't know if you can do anything, but
That's true.
I mean, I think it's worth getting the earring because that's
100%.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
yeah. I mean, there's stuff to do in this game.
But that
Also,
should have been a
at
unique
this
for the
point
first
in
one
the
too.
game, you should be wrapping up everything. You should be wrapping up and get ready for the expansion. You don't
I'm
need like a
trying.
huge event to do it because, in fact, to me, that's just distracting me from finishing what I need to do. I like being able to check off everything on my list. So I'm like, okay, I've done all this. I don't need like the Dawn Trail super epic saga 5-stage super event. I don't need that because I need to finish everything else. Need to get everything
Maybe
else.
something that like incentivizes you to do those things.
Yeah, like a double XP month or something, like event or something.
Well,
Like,
you get-
make it rain, but for XP.
You can pre-order Dawn Trail and get the earring.
No, we don't.
Yeah.
We've all got earrings from previous ones that do
Yeah,
similar.
that's-
But you know what I mean? Like
Yeah, but
something
this-
to get people out and
the
about and do.
Trail one gets
Dawn Trail.
has earrings that get you in a 90.
Yeah.
That
We
is
haven't
true.
had that yet.
No.
That's true.
So you're yeah. I don't mind. Okay, whatever. Moogle Treasure Trove. It's here. We're just gonna mention this. I don't think we should go too deep in. I think people should just watch it because it's just a very nice interview with Yoshi-P and Soken. This is a video interview where they're actually they're meant to talk. I mean, it's a 16 themed interview. But they
But they don't really talk about it.
they mostly talk about I mean they talk about like their favorite games and like memories from their childhood and whatever, but also when they do talk about games it's mostly current games, it's mostly 14. They talk about 16 at the end.
They mentioned their first games, which I'd never fucking heard of before.
Yeah, like Wing, I don't remember what Yoshi-P said, but like
Wingman was one of them. I think.
Wingman. Yeah, it's a very interesting interview. It's they're very relaxed and it's a very chill interview with them. So,
Soken explains that his favorite soundtrack, Final Fantasy, video game soundtrack in general, is Final Fantasy 3.
yeah, 3, and then he says
Wow.
not to toot my own horn, but also Endwalker's pretty good. So, yeah. Also, Soken is very clearly is a big Uematsu fanboy.
Yes, you
Keeps
should
bringing
be.
him up in this interview. Yep. So go watch that. That's on YouTube. If you're watching on demand, link is in the description. I can't post it in chat because I don't have any of that open right now. But it's on the I don't know where it is. I don't know what channel. Oh, there you go. Georgis posted it.
It's
on
the
the Square Enix
channel.
There you go. Square Enix channel. Okay. Don't leave though. If you're watching live, you can just leave that in another tab and then you can go back. Yeah.
Sorry. It's very funny seeing the Square Enix channel, and it's like everything's like 2-3K views. So you have like 50K, the game that made us, Naoki Yoshida and Soken, and then right next to it, Foam Star. Future Funk season trailer, barely even 2K.
Oh boy. Yeah.
Foam Star has unfortunately been sent out to die. Which is sad for a live service game that is not doing anything at this point. I don't hear anyone talk about it.
It was a good idea, but they should have capitalized on the market and gone for PC as well. And then, people want Splatoon on other things.
Yeah.
Was it PS5 exclusive?
Yeah, I think so.
Yes.
Oh my god.
Yes. So
PS4 as well, but it's PlayStation only.
it was released on PS4.
No, it may be. I don't know, but it was.
I don't know if
it certainly wasn't on anything else.
So there you go. Go watch that interview. It's good. It's cute. That's it. Okay, before we dive into the drama that has happened in 14 the past week, I think it is time we check in with our MogMail. So let's do that. It's time for MogMail. Oh, God. This is from Darkest Dawn from Phoenix. Hey all, happy 400 or more, depending on when this is read. 401, that's pretty good for us.
Not bad.
Very long time lurker here.
Say.
My first episode was Orange's Last. It's been quite the journey. Something that's been stuck in my mind for a while now is the future of shard travel. We know that it will eventually come up again. The MSQ has not been subtle about it. After all, Emmet has teased the other shards. Yerstola has made shard travel her life's goal. The 6.x MSQ went further into the mechanics of shard travel, and I would be shocked if the game ended without Thancred and Reen reuniting. Beyond that, many Dawn Trail theories have included shard travel, such as Solution 9 potentially being from another shard, or Ronka potentially having connections with Tural. The question is, if shard travel is in our future, what would be the best way to go about it? To me at least, one of the problems with it so far has been that it has only ever been usable by a select few. If we were to continue to shard hop as a world traveling savior tourist, it would quickly become boring. In my mind, shard travel should get a lot more interesting if it became accessible to a lot more people. If people could more easily cross into our world, how would the nations of our world react when suddenly they have to deal with nations they've never heard of? Would we be welcoming or afraid? I think I know the answer to that. Would they be friendly or hostile? Also that one. If it turned out that a large hostile empire from another shard now had access to all available shards and the source, how would it play out? If they did invade, we could get the concept of shard travel while still sticking to exploring the source. And if it turns out that Solution 9 or Ronka are related to shard travel, then it's possible that potential invaders are already here. Ultimately, if they are thinking ahead for at least another decade's worth of expansions, then at least in my mind, opening up our world seems like an eventuality. But what are your thoughts? What do you think is the ideal future for shard travel? Should our worlds become more connected, or is it better if they remain separate? Best wishes to you all, and here's to another 400 or thereabouts. Bold status, slightly bolding, copium.
Oh, that's a 0.5, Rollo.
Yeah, 0.5.
You're muted,
You're
Rollo.
muted.
All right, we're at 5 now then.
5.
Wow.
5 now.
Yeah.
Okay. Shard travel.
I don't know if I want loads of people doing shard travel. I don't know. It could be interesting, but we've had, in one expansion alone, we've had the Void people might invade via shard hopping. We've had the Blasphemies suddenly appearing and flying around and like doing like it felt like a big invasion type situation. We've had the Empire's towers appear all over, which felt like a global scale invasion type thing.
Mm.
So, as you know, it would be cool to like have like a one-way invasion from another shard in some respects, but we've had a lot of being invaded recently.
Yeah.
I don't think we should have shard travel become open season for everyone, at least not soon. I'm not against the idea though of like maybe down the line, like a couple expansions from now, like we learn that like I don't know, Shard 9 has or Shard 8 has like invaded 3 of the other shards that we haven't visited, and then that's a threat. But we don't know about it yet.
Yeah.
I don't think that should be now. As they've said, they want the stakes to be lower for the moment, at least.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Good to go between them that way, though. I like that rather than it all always having to be towards the source, and then we suddenly find out about it and we're like, oh,
yeah.
this is bad news.
Yeah. I feel like it would be weird to get another arc like that. Yeah. Roland?
Yeah, I definitely think it should still be like possible in general, but an immense amount of resources like narratively to be done. Kind of like, I guess like current space travel, you know, where like, yeah, you can do it with the backing of like the biggest government with a ton of fucking money and private interest too.
Yeah.
It's not a very popular and easy thing to do just yet.
No.
So
Yeah.
I agree.
Yeah.
I do think that this expansion has a high likelihood of involving other shards relating to Solution 9 or Ronka in some way. Or not Ronka, Taral in some way, just because of the fact that they've been setting it up.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel Solution 9 is the more likely one with how it is aesthetically, but then the parallels between Ronka and Taral are interesting.
We'll see. We know that
And
Shard... Yeah, go on, continue.
No, I was just because like maybe people from Solution 9 are from a different shard, that doesn't mean that like shard travel was easy for them. They might not be able to go back.
could have been a one-way thing, just like the Crystal Tower. To
yeah, exactly.
Yeah. We'll see. I've never been. Shard travel opens up such like a potential can of worms for the story. I don't know. It's difficult, but we'll see. We know that. It is a thing. It's just a thing in in the story. In the lore. We know that people travel through shards. So
what I think would be really interesting, actually, is trying to restore the worlds that were already rejoined. Ooh. And the travel essence being there, as well as just being I guess that would be depowering yourself too.
See, that's the issue with it. It would require people of the source to willingly sacrifice some of their ether. In similar way, like you'd be doing what Heidel and what Vinar did, but we would morally want to ask them about it.
So you would call that maybe soul transfer?
Oh,
maybe.
Into Soul 9. Okay, well. Thank you, Darkest Dawn. Good luck on the copium.
Maybe that's what Solution 9 is here for. They want to restore their shard.
Yeah.
Well,
it could be.
Yeah.
I'd be pretty pissed off.
Yeah.
It's something we've never encountered before. I mean, I don't know how we'd achieve it. We barely managed to do it for the light world. Yeah. For the first.
If you think about it, it might make sense with the shard, like trying to restore their own shard thing, because sharded people can barely fucking use magic in general. Yeah. So they have to come here with all this technology instead. That's why they got the super advanced shit. There you go.
Yeah, they can take the Guardians with
which
them.
Is similar to the Guardians, because they can.
The Guardians were their first attempt. They were Solution 8, and they came over and got stranded, and that's why they're weird.
Maybe.
And then they got picked up by Emmett.
Maybe the Guardians were their slave race, and they sent them over as an experiment first.
Yeah.
There is.
That's why it looks similar, and aesthetically, building wise.
Yeah. Yeah. There is a link there that it's possible.
That's it. Kick the Guardians when they're down.
maybe because they were treated like a beast tribe on their shard, that was what was built into their society.
Inherited trauma and racism.
Black and
Yeah.
white moment
Poetry.
coming up.
It could be. That's interesting. Yeah.
Okay. Well, thank you, Darkest Dawn. We'll move on to another MogMail. Thank you. This one's coming from Cheshire Soltiri from Zalira.
Yay.
Before we see the new job actions trailer, I want to propose a bit of a change up to combat actions to spice the game up a bit. I think it would be neat to have individual job limit breaks. I know, not unheard of in concept, but I think level 100 really fits with giving each job a capstone action. I also think this would even be integrated into the original limit break button half the players never use. Make it contextual, like other action buttons. It pops when your personal gauge fills and resets back to the party action. What I like the most about the idea is that every job will get to use a special ability limit break, even if they're healers or tanks that never really get to use party limit breaks. Thoughts on level 100 actions? Interesting. If I am understanding that correctly, so when the limit break gauge is not full, it is a capstone action, like a normal action. But when it fills, it turns into a limit break. Like,
Or you have like a
That's
personal gauge that goes up. The issue with that
you're
is
splitting off the limit break. So
yeah,
you have
like
two
it would have
there are
gauges.
times when you need one or the other.
I feel like it would have to be a separate button because there are some times where you're saving the limit break. If you can skill because it's been replaced with the limit break button,
Exactly.
that would be very difficult.
Yeah.
I think just calling it something else and giving it its own.
Just have
button.
it own. Yeah, maybe level 100 capstones can be a once per instance cast, or like once per
A finite
you know.
skill. That'd be
Exactly.
pretty
Yeah,
phenomenal.
it's one charge for the whole fight, and it only resets once combat ends.
What would constitute a fight? So if you're in a dungeon and you're using it on trash,
So there's
I mean, for dungeon, I guess you'd use it once per dungeon.
once per dungeon,
yeah,
so
once,
per instance.
yeah, once, yeah.
But in the
per instance.
overworld,
it has to be that.
How does
It will
work?
reset between fights because,
Might not be able
or
to
maybe
use it
you
in
can't
the
even
overworld.
use it. Yeah, maybe you can't even use it.
Okay,
Yeah.
so instance
It's
only.
that powerful. Yeah, an instance only.
I don't know if
once
the
per
spaghetti
instance,
would
fine.
be able. Maybe it would. It would be
I
similar
like
to
that idea.
Yeah.
I think it'd be a good shakeup to the meta. You can have it not affected by like any like damage boost or crit boost or whatever, that kind of stuff. So it's like you have to find out, kind of puzzle out when is best to use your big fancy. I'm assuming it's going to be attack for everyone of some sort, or I guess buff. I don't know.
Yeah, they
Yeah.
could be very class specific, and it could really give us back that identity we're missing.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like like Black Mage could be a supermassive AoE, like mega meteor essentially, and then maybe White Mage is. I mean, I don't want it to just like. I feel like giving you like a raise would be quite a lot, but
Yeah.
some like
One
a really
free
big
raise?
shield or something.
That doesn't seem that bad, honestly.
Well, maybe like an AoE raise or something.
Oh,
like,
okay. Well,
So
Yeah.
healer limit break 3.
kind of. Yeah, I think
No,
that's a
but
lot,
not the
that's too
whole
much.
arena. You would have
Yeah,
to
maybe
get
a small
close to it.
scale one. Yeah,
Maybe
Okay.
like Cure 3 sized.
yeah.
A cure 3. Okay. Yeah. I guess so. Yeah. I can see that.
But
yeah.
then maybe that's too powerful. But like, it could be like a super stone skin where it's
Well,
like a huge shield or.
Oh yeah, maybe it's like Stone Skin.
you get
10.
one stone skin
Yeah.
Lucille.
So-
Use it wisely.
So in this scenario, there's no gauge. You have.
It's
what-
once, yeah. You use it whenever you want. I mean, if you
Could also be
wanted,
a gauge. I don't know.
it could fill up. Like
Could also
depending on the actions, it could start filling up. And then,
The issue with it being a gauge is that every job already has a gauge, and like they're going to be adding gauges on top of gauges at that point.
yeah.
Put it right next to
Yeah.
limit break bar. Call it personal break.
Yeah, you
I
can
don't
just
know.
have one like
break down.
a small one underneath the limit break bar. I don't know. Yeah.
Yeah.
There's a lot they could do with a system like that.
Yeah.
I think it being a once a fight thing that refreshes when you wipe is very cool.
Yeah.
Mm.
Because then like there would be some that you might want, like if one DPS, I don't know, has like a full party buff, you might want that at the start, or you might want it during a specific like DPS check later in the fight. So
Yeah.
not everyone is using their limit breaks at the same time.
Yeah.
There
Yeah.
would definitely be like some that are just objectively better if you're just looking at the numbers. But like
Yeah, but
You already
you'd
do
balance
everything
that with
with
their
anything.
whole.
Yeah.
You'd balance that out with the whole kit as well, or
Yeah.
you try
Yeah.
to.
Yeah. Yeah.
A lot of work.
yeah, maybe.
Might be possible. I don't know. It'd be
Yeah.
fun.
Yeah, maybe they could
Interesting.
call it a Dynamis break.
Oh yeah.
Dynamis
And
was
that would
meant to be
incorporate
broken.
more Dynamis into the game.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, it's possible. I like the idea of that.
Something to shake up the
Yeah.
usual
Yeah.
rotation. I think that's fine.
I mean, and like they say, like 100 is a very special number as well.
Exactly,
Like,
yeah.
I feel like
Mm,
we deserve something cool for that.
They- I agree. You can't. I mean, as good as Expedient is as a skill, imagine if that was the skill they revealed for level 100.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Embarrassing.
Yeah.
You're
mean,
a
it was
support
already-
class. It's what you need, man.
It was already underwhelming visually when they revealed it for level 90, but I feel it would be a fucking kick in the teeth if they revealed a skill of that style to be the level 100 skill for any job.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. And I think class identity has, for certain roles, like for tanks and healers, they've become a little bit homogenous in
Yeah.
what they do. It'd be a nice way of giving something back. And it's, maybe it makes you think a little bit more about which tank you bring in, or which healer you bring in. Because
Yeah.
you've got like a really cool special LB.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
It really helps with the fight.
Yeah.
It's a good idea.
Yeah.
Well thought
free.
out. suggestion.
Pants for that
We
one.
obviously, we took
Yeah.
all of what you said, made it.
We're taking credit.
It's ours now.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
Good
That's
idea.
ours now. Yeah. Copyright.
You're the seed.
Speakers Network.
we're the fruit.
You're the seed. You're the seed. Thank you. Thank you, Chesha. Moving on. We'll do one more. One more MogMail, maybe even one more after this, depending. This is from... No, sorry. Oh, this is a spoiler for later. Hold on.
Is it?
No, it's not. It's not a spoiler for later. Is it not? Is it not the wrong name?
I don't know who that is. It's not in
I
our
don't know who
list.
that is.
It's a mystery.
Oh, it's showing the
Oh.
wrong name. Oops. Okay, it's showing the wrong name. This is actually from Tarja Kylie from Ultros. I'll just read it. Hello, speakers. I was wondering what your approach to role-playing is in regards to your characters, if at all. And will Dawn Trail's fresh start impact any of it? For example, my character has always canonically been a Dragoon, despite me having every other job at max level. But I plan to have my character switch to Viper. It seems to make sense for my Warrior of Light to hang up the lance and take up a new job for a new adventure. Do you feel your character is an extension of yourself, or are they your own character with their own personality? Thanks for the work you all have done, and I cannot wait for us all to enjoy the new expansion. Thank you, Tarja.
Is there a canonical explanation for why your character switched from Paladin to White Mage? Or was
Yes,
did you
but
never think about that? Okay.
My character is made from a thing that we never finished, essentially.
That's true.
And that is still canon, I guess. If there is going to be canon lore, that will have to be the canon lore. But I don't really think about it anymore. Yeah, no, I don't think we have a lot of RP reasons in our characters at all. There's
Yeah, I
some.
like to think about it. I don't put it to anything, but
No.
I'm like, oh yeah, this is what my character probably would have worn in a Realm Reborn. And then when I do my yearly replay of Realm Reborn, I'll put on the outfit or something like, oh, this is probably would have worn in Heavensward, and so on and so forth.
Yeah.
Trying to think of. Aside from that, yeah, I would consider them their own character, not an extension to myself. That's how I usually play MMO.
No.
I would say
Yeah.
they are their own little creature.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
I came up with the fact that my character's father was a Seeker of the Sun and mother was a Keeper of the Moon to justify why their name doesn't match any
Oh,
the official naming scheme.
right.
Oh yeah, well my character's illiterate, so
Oh, damn.
Wow.
Yeah.
Your character was also anti-marriage.
yeah,
Okay.
they will never marry.
Wow.
It's fun to say just
This is
random shit.
What
'cause
a
I'm like,
classic
you gonna-
Rollo character we're hearing about here.
Yeah. My favorite Mikote, Joseph Joestar.
I have
Not the
page
big
after
call.
page with technically Lukeel's backstory. But you'll never know. You'll never know. You can imagine, but you will
Release
be wrong.
the Lukiel docs, please.
No.
The speaker's
Lukiel
papers.
papers leaked.
I
Julian
think
Assange, please.
I think I've read
Bravestone Gate.
I think I've read some of that document for the patrons in a return to source stream, possibly.
Mm-hmm.
I think I even played that very like expensive theme that I got for Lukiel for the show. Yeah, okay, so I didn't dream that. So that is somewhere in the Return to Soar archive for patrons. Yeah.
Mainly, you picked your character's faceplate because of the hatred in her eyes. Does that influence how you imagine she acts?
Every time I see my character interacting with other people, I'm very proud of her because she's like
She got a
just
resting bitch
yeah
face.
she's like rolling her eyes constantly at the useless people, and it's manifested well in so many situations, like our raid team.
Yeah, that's true.
So it's nice.
Yeah.
Oh, I will say I do like to think about relations with characters too. Like, how would my character view this person, or they probably hate this guy outside of the narrative? Because I mean, it's a pretty blank slate a lot of times. I would say, as far as like personal.
There's some room for that, but you kind of are forced to also like everyone on the science team a bit,
Yeah.
Yeah.
which is a little. I mean, I made the strongest attempt to tell Graha I don't want to go on this trip. I
What?
was
You don't
pretty
like
forced
the
into it.
character Graha?
No, I like
Excommunicated
Graha,
from the community. It's
but I
over.
didn't want to do Dawn Trail. I didn't want to go with Woplumat on the
I didn't
boat.
want to go
I was
to
telling
I didn't
Graha,
want to go.
I was saying, no, I don't want to do this. And he's like, well, maybe you'll like it when we're there.
I'm skipping
So-
this expansion. I
The
don't want
moment
that.
they
good.
gave me those options and it amounted to nothing was upsetting. Just don't give me the option.
Yeah. Changing when it comes to like changing job, I've tried before to change job. I've done it once. I went from paladin to white mage, but I can't do it. It's wrong. At this point, he's been a white mage for so long that switching to anything else and staying that way, it's not right. It's not right. I'll play at the
I
new
wish I
job
had that luxury.
and I'll level, and then I'll never play them again. The other jobs because it's all wrong.
See, that's how I felt with Scholar and Sage. I think Sage is really cool. I really do like Sage, but like I can't. My character has to be a scholar.
Yeah.
Also, he's not gonna be a filthy trader like Alphino was.
Right.
Nice,
Exactly.
fair.
There's that. as well.
I am a black mage through and through, but unfortunately, we've dealt with so many incompetent teammates that I have been forced into a position of responsibility as a paladin. And so I might, my paladin's so much more well gauged than my casters.
Yeah. Yeah.
But I will probably,
What a
I will
noble
probably get some
sacrifice.
caster gear and then, jump back in and enjoy being a black mage for the expansion.
Uh-huh.
And then unfortunately level paladin up and then play that for the whole expansion again.
Yeah. I feel like we always bring it up, but like, yeah, role playing is not a part of how we play. But it definitely was. This podcast wouldn't have existed if it wasn't for that one thing that we did, which I feel was such a weird. Like we did it. I mean, Orange and I did it ironically in Limsa Laminsa. Like we were bored and we were like, let's do something, and we just literally just stood still for hours, and then people just role played around us. Yeah.
When you pick dialogue options, are you thinking what would my character pick, or what do you want to pick?
Depends
That's
if I'm
usually what my
streaming or
character
not.
picks.
Yeah, if I'm not streaming, I'll just pick.
It'll be a mixture.
I'll
I
pick
think.
what my character would pick. But
If it's like MSQ, then like I'll try and go with what I guess the character would do. But
yeah,
anything else like outside, I'm like, I'll just pick whatever I fancy.
Yeah, I mean, I usually end up picking the nice option.
if it's the rising,
I mean, I'm the warrior of light.
if it's a rising event, I will pick what I would pick. That's like the one time where I like break character a little. But other than that, I will try to pick as Lukiel would. So there you go. That's that. Thank you, Tarja.
Most of our role play is erotic in nature.
Of course, of course. We go to Mela Soup Kitchen, and which is like, if you think about it, that's not even like, it's barely RP at that point. Like you're barely doing anything. It's just you have Mela's floor is full of white pudding, and
Horrible sound.
and
when you walk.
Menphelia's blinking breasts. I think.
I need a Nothica. I think I might have got one. I can't remember.
Yeah.
I might have popped a Nothica in there as well, just to help people who are in there.
Yeah, and a pot of bubbling white
Yeah,
liquid in the
cream,
corner. Yeah.
cream chowder or whatever.
Yeah. You don't have to do much to ERP in that room, you know.
Well, we go to Hermit's Hovel.
Right.
To be fair, at least we're respectful. We're not the limps at Etherite Plaza erotic role players.
No.
That's true.
I think. Well, one of the things with the house is that I waited until Mela made a room, so that I could make a room next to him, just so I could have the joke that like there's pudding seeping through the walls into my room.
Yeah. So
That's true pudding.
if you haven't seen it, it's in the FC house.
It's a sight to
It's
behold,
called the
for
Soup
sure.
Kitchen.
It's a
and
nice place. We go there every wedding.
every wedding anniversary after party is naked in that room. We walk around and make squishy sounds. What are,
And undress.
yeah, we undress and
We're naked.
I can tell what that's
you can
what some
tell
of you
who
are
has
doing.
the mods on.
Suddenly,
Yeah,
one of you
yeah.
stops and just stand still in a corner.
Yeah, suspicious.
Why are you in G pose?
Why are
What's
you
going
in
on?
G-pose all of a sudden? What is happening?
Why do you have your minion out?
What
too?
is
What's going on?
Okay. Anyways, thank you, Tarja. I'm feeling like we can do one more, and then we have to talk about the DDoS stuff. All right, let's do one more. Hopefully we got the name right. Yes, Ancilla Starweaver from Lamia. Howdy, speakers. Today I have a more meta question for you. I started Final Fantasy XIV in January of 2022. So this was my first time to experience the patch cycle between expansions and the dreaded content drought. While I wasn't surprised to see that people who have been playing the game for a better part of a decade struggle to find things to do, it did get exhausting at times to see people dramatize the game's supposed downfall. I think that's why I've come to enjoy this podcast so much. I feel you always maintain a good balance of love for 14 while also being able to give genuine critiques of its design. So I wondered...
Oh, that's nice. Some people don't agree with you.
Well, this is very good. So I wondered, have any of you ever struggled with enjoying the game and keeping the podcast running during periods of downtime? Have you ever felt like, wow, why am I still playing this? What keeps you motivated? P.S. I didn't mention it in any letters before, but I am not bald. So
All right. Ball count is still at 5, though.
still at 5.
Well,
yeah, this is an
It's safe to
interesting...
say I've never had any moments of upset with this game.
Okay, well... This is a difficult...
Mela.
when you're
Like,
running...
fucking
Yeah, Mela upsets... You know who you're upsetting, and that's good for you. When running a podcast for this long, this is the hardest thing to maintain a balance of, because some people want their podcast to be praising the game constantly, like to the point where it's fake.
An echo chamber.
Yeah, an echo chamber. And then there's some people that want you to hate the game. Like they hate the game and they want to hear people validate their opinions on the game as well. And then there's the people that just want it to be straight, you know, like I just want to hear it as it is. And that's what we are, I think. I think we maintain a balance. I love 14. I mean, I wouldn't do that. Like I said this before, I wouldn't do this if I didn't like the game. But sometimes you have to criticize it when they do something wrong, and then you praise them when they don't. You know, when they do something good.
When they do. Praise. Keep doing that. Keep being shit, baby.
Oh, I love it, Square Enix. Love it when you make bad games.
Yeah.
That's fuck off, because you actually do like it when they make bad games.
True.
Hey,
They have a weird bad game quota that they have to reach.
Yeah.
Because it balances. Because you have the really bad and like the really it makes you appreciate the good. Am I
They only
right?
market the bad.
It makes it better.
Well, yeah. So with 14, obviously when you've played it for so long, it's very easy to fall into, you know, oh, nothing will ever be like it was, Mela. and therefore,
What's that?
wanting to go back, and then therefore everything sucks because it's not, as good as it was when you first played the game. But I don't feel like that. I felt it. I've said this before during Stormblood. Like there was a drought in Stormblood where we almost shut down the podcast. We had I think we had 4 weeks of nothing episodes where I'm like, okay, there's literally nothing happening. The community is fucking dead. It was almost over. But we got over that, pushed through, and survived.
And that prepared you for when it happened during Endwalker.
Yeah, now we know. Now we know that it always comes back. It's not forever. But when you're going through it for the first time, which a lot of people are now, it feels horrible. It feels like the game is dying. But it isn't. It does feel bad. It's just the calm before the storm. Everything slows down. Everything feels really sluggish and weird. And then expansion launch, and we're back, baby. That's how it is.
But yeah. And so if you started...
The community goes crazy, essentially.
Oh, yeah, they do.
They start hallucinating arguments with each other on Reddit and Twitter. It is a sight to behold. Mm-hmm. You will be like, you know what? I think Grahatia was kind of a misogynist.
Yes.
And then you have an entire fucking weeks-long argument everywhere.
Yeah.
It drives me insane.
Yeah.
That makes me hate the game.
Yeah. I mean, when people are bored, they do something. They come with some interesting. Yeah, they hallucinate. Yeah.
If this is your first, if you started playing in 2022, Insula, and this is this will be your first time experiencing this, but don't worry, it always happens.
Yeah.
But then people will get over it, and they'll love the game again.
Yeah.
Or will they?
Always the flip of the coin. You never know.
I mean, I
wonder what Lakil was talking about earlier.
When this is actually during drought is when you see which content creators are loyal to the game. This is when you see it. I'm just telling you. I'm just saying. This is a lot of people will flip during this because it's they can't get the.
It's difficult.
Yeah, it's difficult. So
some people will keep playing 14 through and through, and then those snakes will go and play something like Command and Conquer 3.
They will they will either play. They will keep playing the game. They will maybe do something else, make some other content, or they will flip and they will start making 14 is dying videos and be anti-14. But watch when the expansion comes out. And they love the game again.
No, here's the thing. When the expansion comes out, they will have 2 videos rendered, uploaded, and privated. Dawn Trail was shit. What a shame. Or Dawn Trail's amazing. The game's alive again. And they'll just decide which one should I post.
Yeah. But we've
got to be,
pre-recorded.
Yeah.
Yeah. From now, they've it's all the footage is from the media.
See, okay. What happens too is they either do that or during the drought. They only post about community drama. I'm not calling anyone out, but when you're making videos about Twitter arguments, it's Reddit arguments, shit. It's you got nothing to do right now.
I mean, it is. I mean, I do. I mean, it is rough. If this is what you do, all you do, and 14 is the only content, you're kind of in a horrible spot right now. You have to be creative. Drama, we know that. Drama sells. When we did the Billboard episode, when we did the Lala Chair episode, it doesn't matter. People just flock to it. They love that shit. So I don't really shame people for that. Depends on the drama level. Did you really need to make, a drama video about, a dude who said spaghetti in an Italian house, FC house, you didn't need to make that video. Maybe
the Italian racism is so strong in this game. It's so little people talk about it.
Yeah.
Excuse me, Italians aren't a race.
Yeah, they are. Look at anything fucking racist right here.
Here we go.
There it is. Well, we've made
thing
some
is that if
content for
you're
some
a-
people now. There you
If
go.
you're a content creator, you're a little bit more fortunate because as a player, like, there's thousands of things you could do in the game,
Yeah.
but they don't interest you particularly. So in your head, you're thinking there's nothing to do because not everyone wants to extract 5,000 materia. Not everyone wants to become an honest Gillian now and do 1,000 leave quests or whatever.
Right.
But if you're a content creator, you just do that because not only have you achieved something in game, but it's content. Like, oh, went insane and I did this really hard achievement.
Yeah.
I got every Realm Reborn relic in 1 week. This is how insane I went. Like, there's loads of shit you can do.
Yeah.
There are some achievements that, you can make content out. Then there are some that you probably shouldn't.
Yeah.
Well, also
Yeah.
true, but give everything a go.
So, So, anyways, shout out to all the 14 content creators. I know it's a struggle right now. We
I think we just burned every bridge of this conversation.
there are no bridges to burn. We have
Yeah,
no
the
bridges.
bridge. Yeah, we have. I never had a bridge.
Also,
They never
They-
started building them.
no,
Yeah.
no.
So,
No, I
nice
mean
to
that
see you there.
genuinely. I know it sucks right now because we,
Yeah.
14 speakers, we have to do this weekly. We've had a few shows now where there's like nothing. We haven't even had like a main story. We essentially, yeah.
We've had a couple recent episodes where there were no recent events.
yeah,
yeah.
At least
What?
2.
We
I'm
always
still-
deliver, don't we?
That's true. We
Yeah.
We do always
don't-
deliver.
we never cancel an episode. We go with what we have, and then we're just
Work from there.
Yeah.
We are so good at making shit up.
Yeah.
Talking about
That's
it. Let me
true.
tell you.
Well, also,
We should hallucinate
thankfully
our
have
own
people.
grammar.
We have people like you who give us content
That's what I was
by
gonna say.
asking us questions because that gives us something to work with.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Hearing from the community is key to this podcast.
You
So
have to
thank you.
keep in touch.
speakersxiv.com/MogMail. Yeah, that's also important because it keeps you in touch with the community because that's very difficult, I think, when you're in a podcast. And that's why I think a lot of podcasts either skew too positive or too negative because they're in this
Yeah.
echo chamber. They don't hear anyone other than the chat that are watching live. But, MogMail can be sent by anyone who's watching on VODs.
Yeah.
The people that are listening, shout out to you. Thank you. Speakersxiv.com.
Let us know if the audio feed is fucking up again.
Yeah, it probably
Yeah. Let us know if your server is dying. Is Dawn Trail
Yeah.
destroying the game, etc.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now is not the time you can tell whether the game is really dying.
No.
It's
No.
when something massive happens and the reaction is negative.
Yes.
That is when you will have a better idea.
Yeah.
Because
I've said for
yeah,
the past, well, ever since Dawn Trail was announced, or even before, because this is the end of this huge arc, Dawn Trail is a massive litmus test on the future of this game, and it's a very key expansion for them. So this is one to keep your eyes on.
Mm-hmm.
But you don't need to doomsay it now.
No.
Wait until it's happened to see what it's like.
Hey, and like they say, I think it is going to take breaks from this game. Like I still consistently play for the most part, but there are definitely periods where like I don't play as much. Where like maybe I'll get on once a week, do some stuff, or I might even not get on for like 2 or 3 weeks, and then come back.
Mm-hmm.
I still keep up with everything, of course.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's just like right now I'm not super doing a lot, but
Yeah.
All I want to do is cap my job quests, my jobs, and finish the quests up,
Mm-hmm.
including Astrologian before.
I was going to ask because I don't know if there's much evidence of job quests, only capping the jobs and then waiting for members of the community to make you gear.
Oh no, the gear will be easy. Once I get gear every 10 levels.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
I get the people in the workshop.
No. I buy my gear every 10 levels. People for some reason give me like HQ gear at like a random like level 76. And I can't refuse it because it's already been made, but
Right.
I don't need it.
Right. Well, there have been some
You could
times.
just sell it immediately.
Yeah.
I wouldn't sell someone else's hard work. I'll wear their gear.
Okay. Yes. Well, I also play mostly like right now in the drought. I don't play outside of stream time. So when we stream
Yeah, I
Monday and
just
Friday.
do,
That's when I play 14.
I just try and do front lines
Yeah.
if I'm logged on outside of stream just to get the XP boost.
Yeah, I'm trying to keep on top of Frontlines because I do want to. I'm so close to rank 25 on my main that no, I'm not. But like
You're
I'm at,
not
like,
ranked 25?
No, I'm not ranked 25, mailer. I'm only like rank 18. But like I'm close enough that like okay, if I try and get a Frontlines in every couple days, I'll get there in time.
Yeah.
I stopped doing Frontlines except when we do it on stream, pretty much. Once I hit 25, and now I'm like 30 times 4, like it's the fourth cycle of 30.
Yeah.
It's insane the XP we get on this stupid. Every time we do Frontlines.
I mean, because we do Frontlines every Friday, I have more experience on my ult than my
You probably.
Yeah.
Oh, you know what? I think a reason why I'm not playing as much right now because I like sort of screwed myself over in Shadowbringers, where like I capped everything just at the end of that expansion, right? Or like a little bit close to the end, and then Endwalker, it's just 10 levels. Essentially.
Yeah.
It's not a lot, and I got that done within like the first 4 months or so. Like I was definitely taking my time.
Right.
That's always been a big thing.
You were gonna say weeks.
Yeah.
I'm gonna
not that much of a freak.
I'm gonna try that. I don't like having undone things. I don't like the rush at the end to try and cap these things off. So I'm
the
I'm
worst. Like when you go to a new expansion and you have everything capped, and then you're like, I have to do them all again. But I mean, it's only capped.
I like that. I love leveling. That is my favorite part of the game.
Yeah, I don't hate leveling.
I quite like leveling.
And I'm sad I can't
Similarly
do
with
it right now.
series XP, like every time, I will get ahead of the game because one time I didn't, and there was like I had to get like 15 series levels in about a week or something. It was insane.
That's what I do as well, man. Like you hit it hard at the start, you fall off, and then you get to the end, and you're like, ooh, I've made some progress, but I still need to put in the work now.
Yeah. Try and get to like 15 within the first like week or two, and then you should be.
Oh, you remember I got that I got an RSI from when Shadowbringers launched because I was playing so
much. Oh my god!
Oh
it
yeah,
actually hurt my wrist.
Yes,
because I was playing too much.
Yeah.
I launched. It was very funny.
God. Jeez.
Yeah, I took my time this time. I think I mean,
I did too.
Took me almost like I think it took me a year to get all the jobs more. Yeah, maybe a year.
I think a year is a good time frame to get all the jobs because there's so many of them now.
Yeah,
and like it's good to wait until like the first tribe quests come around anyway because that'll really help you level up as well.
True.
Like if doing it without that, you just like kind of brute forcing it at the start.
Yeah.
You have to remember the crafters as well, though, which is the annoying part.
Yeah.
Like. My brain's like, I can't waste this XP. What am I should do this on a job I'm trying to level.
Yeah.
And so like, well, I want to see how this job plays too with the new stuff. And so I just keep going. And then 3 months go by and I'm done with everything. I'm like, oh fuck.
Yeah.
It's my biggest incentive to consistently be doing a lot in this game.
Okay. So there you go. That's it.
Don't worry.
Don't worry.
Yeah, be happy.
It'll be fine. And we'll be here, to give you something every week, even if we're like cooking with nothing, we'll still cook.
But I'm suspecting that we will not be cooking with nothing from next week onwards, to be honest.
True. We're
ramping up, guys, and then the live letter, media tour, couple more events, then it'll launch, and then we can bring back the hotly anticipated "What have you done in 14 this week?" segment. Don't worry,
That's
guys.
That's not coming back.
It's not coming back.
I love getting to talk
If you
about
didn't know what that is, that was a segment we had at the beginning of the show, and when
it was my favorite segment.
Looked at the analytics. There was a graph showing people watching. They watched the intro. What have you done in 14?
The people don't know what they want,
and then it went back up right after.
No, people knew exactly what they wanted.
Yeah.
It wasn't.
They don't know.
It was scared of spoilers. That's what it was. It was scared of
maybe.
spoilers.
I don't know. It was no one.
So
wanted
interesting.
That.
How dare you?
Everyone hated that. So thank you, Ancilla Starweaver. It is time for us to move on to talk about DDoS attacks. It has been going on for a week.
It's been a real week.
And yet it feels
more than a week. 2 weeks.
It has been.
I think.
It started around the 6th, so Monday. I think fifth and 6th. How do we even like? So a lot has happened. It's a little unclear why it's happening, but there are a few theories out there that make sense. Someone is very clearly attacking 14 for some reason. Every time I see I knew when I put the DC symbol in that slide, people were going to post the DC symbol in chat. Thing is, when people post that symbol in chat, it usually means we've disconnected or lost, like something's wrong with the stream, and it just makes me gives me cold sweats every time I see it. Okay. So the server started fucking up around May 6th, this last week. There are so many notices on the services tab or whatever it's called on the Lodestone. I think it's called something. It's where it has all the technical issues thing. It's full. Our show notes right now full of just error, like Lodestone posts. I'm not going to read all of them. I just have them here so we can reference them. I'll read the first one. This is from this is recovery. This is a recovery post. Recovery from network technical difficulties caused by DDoS attacks from May 6th and 7th. During the times listed below, we were experiencing network technical difficulties due to a DDoS attack. Players may have experienced the following issues as a result. We will continue to monitor the situation and work with ISPs to come up with countermeasures. So, from May 6th, 1 p.m. and until May 7th, so the next day, at 14:33, so 2:33 p.m. GMT. That's more than 20. That's
so over
more than a day.
25 hours, 33 minutes.
Yeah.
No, 24 hours, 33 minutes.
No, it's 13 to 14.
Yeah, 14.
No, I was looking at the Australian one because this was the day of daylight savings. If you look, it will show that it only has 24 hours. So it was 20. Sorry, my apologies.
That's all right. That's messed up.
So that's a long time to not have control of your servers.
That's terrifying.
So that's a whole day lost. Players may have experienced the following issues: disconnected from data center worlds, difficulty logging into data center worlds, and difficulty accessing, sending, and receiving data from data centers.
Yeah, we experienced all of them.
We did. That was on the Monday stream.
Almost ruined Media Monday, but thank God we managed to get through.
We were trying to get through Circus Tower, and it was almost impossible. Or was that on Friday? I don't remember.
No, that was Friday, but I don't know what happened on. Did it happen on Monday?
On Monday,
as well?
the game was completely unplayable. Like actually unplayable. We had to stop doing content essentially because we kept getting kicked out.
We just watched media.
Friday we would get like people would struggle to get between floors, and then you'd have like half the party trapped on a floor below because they're not fully disconnected, but they can't leave the zone.
It was tough.
We might have been in Circus Tower on Monday as well. I think we did Alliance Raid Roulette. We were watching Case Cooking.
World of Darkness.
Oh, World of Darkness. That's what it was. Yeah. World of Darkness. That was horrible. And the thing is, you get kicked out, and because it's a DDoS attack, it's not guaranteed that you'll get back in while you're in queue, because sometimes we get the 2002 error, and that's the crash to desktop. So you'd have to like do the whole login thing and boot the game back up again, essentially. So very annoying. And if you are not streaming, like if you are just here to like play the game, like chill, you're probably not going to bother once you get kicked out for the 2002 error. Because you then have to go through like a queue because everyone's been kicked out. So you get like a 500, 1,000 queue, depending on how many people are on at the time. It's funny because when we logged on that day, we weren't aware of the DDoS attacks that were going on. And we were having a discussion about like Chaos versus Light. And Light hadn't had any like issues yet. And so we were like, oh God, we were waiting for the queue to pop, I think, or some sort of discussion about like how active Light was compared to Chaos. And they were like, someone from Light was like, yeah, we have like there's like 1,000 people in the like party finders or whatever, and I'm like, okay, well let's see what Chaos has, and there was like 20 party finders. I'm like, wow, you're right, Chaos is really fucking dead. And we had like this big revelation, like, wow, I didn't know it was that bad.
You're on the goblin.
Yeah,
No.
but we realized obviously as soon as the DDoS started affecting us that of course people are just the data center is dead because of DDoS. That was why there were so few party finders up. Actually, most of the party finders were like, if we can get through this attack, we will try this content. That was essentially what all the party finders said. Yeah, so that was essentially day one. And then there were more DDoS attacks on. Oh, sorry, these are in the wrong order. The first two, but yeah, the May 9th attacks. Wait, no, May 9th.
No, this is the correct order.
Oh no, so this is the correct order. May 9th. On May 9th, we're experiencing technical difficulties due to a DDoS attack. Players may experience the following issues as a result. We are investigating the attack and taking countermeasures. Additional information will be provided as the situation develops. So that started happening at 4:31 p.m. BST. Oh yeah, that's an important thing to note. While NA was originally affected as well, it seems that the current waves of DDoS seem to be targeted mostly at the EU servers, so Chaos and Light.
And JP a little bit.
JP as well, yes, JP as well. Especially they specify this here. Players may experience the following issues: disconnected from JP/EU data center worlds, difficulty logging into JP EU data center worlds, difficulty accessing, sending, and receiving data from JP EU data centers. And then on May 10th, if you were on Zervan, you were. I am sorry. If you were playing on Zervan on May 10th.
That is a materia world for those
yes.
that are unaware. So part of the Oceania data center.
Yeah. We are currently experiencing technical difficulties preventing players from accessing several areas of the Servan world. The issue is being addressed. New updates will follow as additional information becomes available. We apologize for any inconvenience this may cause. So that started on May 10th at 2:54 a.m. BST or 11:54 Australia time AM. Unable to access the following areas of the Servan world. So here are some the causes under investigation. Affected areas. Outdoor areas of wards 1 to 6 in the lavender beds. Outdoor areas of wards 13 to 18 in the lavender beds. Outdoor areas of wards 25 to 30 in the lavender beds. In addition...
Anti-Britannia.
Yeah.
Yeah. Thank goodness for those people that had houses on wards 7 to 12 and 19 to 24.
Yes. In addition, some of the following areas were also unavailable, but have now been restored. So, unable to access the following areas of the Servan world cause server equipment issue, and the affected areas are... So, lean back. This is going to take a while for me to read through this list.
And it's going to be weird.
Yeah. The affected areas, the Itioscope, Alzadal's Legacy, certain areas in Ultima Thule, Estinian's Chambers.
Can we talk about that one quickly? No, can we quickly talk about certain areas in Ultima Thule? Because that's the most mysterious of the ones listed here.
Yeah.
Which areas?
What does that mean? Does it mean that you can walk from one safe space into another one?
Yeah.
I don't know how.
I don't know
what that
it's
one
very
is.
mysterious.
It's so mysterious.
Yeah. Estinian's Chambers.
That is his room in Megadoodoo, for those that are confused.
Elysian, Eureka Orthos, Kadja. Where's that?
I don't know where that... Oh, Kagda, I think that's the small area where you talk to Rubicante before Mount Ordeal.
Oh, right.
Oh, yeah.
Kurthus Western Highlands, rest in peace. Senatus, Zero's Domain, the Doman Enclave, the Fell Court of Troya, Restricted Archives, the Gates of Pandemonium, Propylion, the Mother Crystal, Main Hall, Megadoodoo Guest Chambers, Lapis Manalis, Lemura's Headquarters, The Final Day, The Dark Inside, North Shroud, Strategy Room, Storm's Crown, The Nethergate, Stygian
Insenescent
cells. The firmament. Not even Google knows what that is. The firmament. Middle Enotia. Beyond the stars. Sneaky Hollow. The Demon's Nest. The Voidcast Dais. Certain areas in unnamed island. Certain areas inside houses.
Certain areas inside houses. Also,
Please don't go to my basement. It's
Is Sneaky Hollow the name of the All Saints Wake exclusive mansion area? So like
It is, yeah.
It is. Okay. So I'm surprised they even knew that was happening, because
there's always that one person who never looks out.
Yeah.
Yeah, the people that choose to stay there, as rare as they are, and as rare as people even are on the Oceania servers, chose to stay there and find out.
No, I think I know why they know, because this is due to a server equipment issue, and they probably know what zones are stored in this piece of equipment that's failing.
Fair.
That's probably why they can be so...
Do get in touch if you are a Sneaky Hollower, though, and you stay there all year round.
Yeah.
I want to know your story.
And then you'd think, okay, well, surely they've got this under control. No. Recovery from network technical difficulties caused by DDoS attacks, May 10th. During the times listed below, we were experiencing network technical difficulties due to a DDoS attack. That occurred on May 10th at 8:23 p.m. BST. And players may experience the following issues: disconnected from JP, EU, data center worlds, the usual stuff. And then, again? Oh, yeah. They shortly after. No, sorry, this is the morning.
They recovered, but only for a little bit for the day. Don't worry.
We're currently experiencing technical difficulties.
Oh, no,
this is before.
These two are in the wrong order.
Yeah, there we go.
Okay.
Yeah. So okay. So the attack started on 8:40 a.m. and was resolved at 8:23 p.m. So there you go. Most of the day gone there, by the way, for most players. And then, just as we went live, well, I say a few hours before we went live.
That was Friday, by the way. That was when we were struggling.
That was Friday, yes. And then, just a few hours before we went live, it happened again. And this one also sums up... No, it doesn't actually. So we're currently experiencing technical difficulties due to a DDoS attack. Players may experience the following issues as a result. So it started at 4:39 p.m. And
what time is it now?
It is currently 10:51 my time. So 9:51 BST. So okay. I don't know if it has been resolved. Let me just check live if it has been resolved now. Status. No, it is still ongoing. So currently, as of being live, the game is experiencing technical difficulties due to a DDoS attack.
Lordy.
You can't even say the game's dying because no one can play it. So
right.
Good time to take a break.
It is dying.
True. Well, so there's some theories about why this is happening. Some people say that it's because of the payment update that has caused a lot of people, a lot of people are now unable to play the game because they can't register their address because it's not supported.
Mailer's got his payment upcoming. He's scared.
Yeah, I'm terrified. Mine's upcoming.
Yeah.
Shaky.
I might have to start DDoSing.
That's the only option.
I was so...
Don't say that. I
was so paranoid that I removed my card details and just put them back in just to be sure that it went through. So I'm fine for this month. But
I'm probably going to do that when it reminds me.
Yeah. You get like a week notice, I think. So that's a possibility. So people are pissed. They can't play the game. Others, I find the other reason less likely, that this just like the usual, because usually when there's a DDoS attack, we always say, oh, there's some WoW players that are pissed or whatever. It's just, some WoW players trying to fuck with us. This feels too coordinated. It's too long. Like, it's going on for too long. And it seems to be mostly aimed at Europe and JP. NA seems to be pretty free of the DDoS attacks for some reason.
Honestly, I don't think it's either of those. I think it's more just usual cyber criminals extorting a company for money.
Maybe.
That's fair.
But we've never had anything to lasting this long before. And it comes right off the heels of a very upsetting payment change. I don't know. It's strange. I don't know what it is. Whatever it is, they're struggling.
Maybe it's some way related to the fact that Square Enix recently put up a negative financial year report.
So
like the board is
the board
DDoSing
is
their own
DDoSing.
No, not
Their
the
shareholders.
The shareholders are DDoSing their own
Yeah,
product.
Maybe
the
it's
shareholders are DDoSing because they're angry.
It could be maybe, but it could also be like maybe someone that doesn't like Square Enix and just like wants to prove a point.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now I see that you're bringing up. There was one around Shadowbringers. Yes, but it was more intermittent than this. The DDoS wasn't that intense. Like this is very intense compared to that. We covered that on the podcast actually. Of course we did. But this one's like long. I feel like this one's like back in the Storm. Do you remember it? Do you guys remember the DDoS for Storm for Shadowbringers?
I don't remember how it felt at the time.
There's been several over like the past 7 years. I mean, I guess this is a bit more than some of the others.
Very few of this persistent.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't really know what they're expecting the company to do about like a DDoS attack, because there's no like communication about like who's doing it, right? It just kind of happens. Like how are you supposed to deal if this is like some sort of protest? How do they know what is the protest about?
That's what makes me think it's more just about money, people extorting money.
Yeah, but how do they get the money? How do they get the money?
They contact them. You just don't hear about them.
They're not going to tell us if they're being extorted.
Yeah, I mean, it happens a lot for like other companies and the like. Just making sure their stuff's down.
Well, you can't pay them because they'll just keep doing it.
Well, yeah, you shouldn't pay them, but there are people that still do, and the companies that still do too.
Well, whatever it is, I hope it's resolved soon. Because if this is gonna last until it's an expansion coming up.
Thankfully now, so it's kind of gives them time to prepare because it's testing them a little bit.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Well, I guess we'll just have to wait and see. I haven't really. I mean, I hope it's fixed by. I hope it's fixed by tomorrow because then we have stream.
Yeah.
Inconvenient to us, bitch. Come on.
Yeah.
What do we do to you?
I don't know. It's just fake. I mean, it sucks because you can't play the game. I mean, we've been lucky because it's been Eurovision week, so we haven't had to like raid.
This week no.
But raiding sounds like it's impossible. So
well, yeah. I mean, we've already had issues with
fixed.
One of our people having ISP issues, and now everyone's going to have issues.
Yeah.
We've not had a very good raid experience for like 3 weeks now.
Mm-hmm.
No, and we're only going to get one session in this week if we're lucky. If this is resolved during the time that we raid.
Yeah.
We'll give it a go as usual, but 1 or 2 DCs in the first few pulls, it's enough to kill raid now. Because what's the point?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So, what can you do?
Thank you, whoever's doing this. You're ruining my time. All right, my precious time on this earth.
Can you between 7 p.m. and about 11 midnight Central European time? Can you just have a little break so we can just stream and then you can keep going? Thank you.
Yeah, and not on weekends.
Not on weekends either. Thank you.
You just gotta pay them, Lukiel. Pay them like a little. Send them like a couple bucks. Yeah, like hey. For these hours, just like let it go.
Yeah.
I've seen some people making the argument that they should provide a charity game time because of the amount of downtime, but I don't know if they've ever done that before.
I think they have.
I feel like they have. They do. Yeah, we do need
compensation game time.
We
Didn't
do
they
need.
do it
I think they would.
on Extreme?
I think they have done it before.
No, they have done it, but I don't know if they've done it for DDoS, is what I'm saying.
I mean, it's outside of their control.
Yeah.
Yeah, they do need to stop housing demolition, I think, during this period, because there are people that have genuinely not been able to get on. And the issue is that it's been going on so long that there are people might have already lost their houses at this point.
Oh,
they really should have been on top of it earlier.
I I mean, it's not their fault.
Let us
That's
know how
true,
it's affected you.
but we are paying for a product that cannot be delivered right now.
What is that
so,
thing?
And also, like, housing demolition makes sense as well, because
Go free to play if you're gonna, have this quality
well,
of
then we'll be
connection.
out.
Thank you.
Then we'll be out of here.
Yeah. But then that's, we'll still play the game.
Yeah.
If it's still going by the live letter, I suspect Yoshi-P will address it.
Mela,
I think
If it was
I'll
just
play the
EU
game.
If
but
it was just EU, maybe not, but because it's JP as well.
that's
Yeah.
true. If it goes free to play, I'll still play, but I'll log in less and less every day, and then eventually I'll just fade away.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
It depends. Yeah.
Okay. That's it. That's all we wrote.
Doing seal clapping.
Yeah.
And bark for like a seal.
We
for
probably
me.
should.
Bark
What?
like
probably should have reminded,
Yeah. Sorry.
you.
we probably should have reminded people that there's a live letter coming up at the start of the show,
There-
and then told them we'll be covering that.
No, Georgi, this is a test of loyalty. Now we tell them. And
If you were loyal enough to watch until the very end, let me tell you a secret. There's a live letter coming up on Thursday.
Hot tip. No one else will tell you this one.
We'll be covering the live letter. It's at good hours if you don't have work in Europe. It's around. It's
About
I think
noon.
noon.
It's
BST.
at good hours for JP in Australia. Well, it's always had good hours for JP, and almost always good hours for Australia as a result of that. It's only really not great for particularly West Coast America.
Yeah, it's like
Yeah.
5 a.m. for them, isn't it?
Yeah.
4
I
a.m.
think it's like 7 or 6 here, so it's probably
Yeah.
3 or
Which isn't
something.
great, but it's like some people are awake.
It's doable though if you really want it.
For
But 4 a.m. oof.
for Central European time, that's 1 p.m.
Mm.
We'll be there. Will you? The answer should be yes.
No.
Okay.
Do you have work? Well, plan
Do your
around that
job.
already.
Yes.
Prove your loyalty to us.
Yes, exactly. All right. Well, that is the actual end of the show. One day I'll sort this slide out and have the address updated. Okay, but until then, we'll see you next week on Saturday again, as we should be. Thanks for watching. We'll be back. I'm repeating it again. Follow us on Twitter. speakersxv.com. No, fuck. Twitter.
No.
Okay, let me just start the whole read over because
Okay.
it's muscle memory in my brain. Thanks for watching. Oh god, I forgot everything. Oh god, it's all gone. Okay, thanks for
It's not
watching.
muscle memory.
Don't panic. Stop panicking.
We'll
It's
be
the same
back.
thing.
We'll be back next week. Different time. Same time, different place. Remember to follow us on Twitter at SpeakersXIV, twitch.tv/SpeakersXIV,
No.
No.
Different time,
Same time,
place.
different place.
Different. Same
What are you on
time.
about?
Different
End the
time.
show,
Same
whatever.
place.
On Saturday, normal time.
Same
Okay,
time,
same.
different day, same place.
We'll be back on Saturday next week. Remember to follow on Twitter at SpeakersXIV, twitch.tv/SpeakersXIV, youtube.com/SpeakersXIV, exclamation Discord in chat if you want to join our Discord server, if you're watching on demand, links in the description. Remember to send us MogMail, speakersxiv.com/MogMail. I need a drink, and we'll see you in the post show if you're watching live. Goodbye!
Bye.